The second technique in the level 1 IKFF is the clean. And you, again, aware of that midline, so the bell's coming up and down vertically along the midline of the body. The stance, the grip, the use of the rear arm, that's identical to the swing. The head following the body, that's identical to the swing. Now we're going to use a 3-breath pattern. It can be 3 or more, depending on if you need recovery breaths in the static position. So if I'm going at a fast or very fast pace, it's 3 breaths. Okay, however, if you need a rest or you're going at a slower pace, you can take recovery breaths in that static position. Now, when we break the movement down into component parts, we have 5 phases of movement plus the breathing, so we can say that there's 6 components. The first phase is the inertia phase, and that's the low swing. So again, you have something, can be a towel or anything light, hold it between your arm and your body as you're swinging, and that's the full extent of how far the kettlebell comes forward, okay? It's not here. So again, we don't come out to go up. We just have to clear in front, and that's it. Second phase is that acceleration pull. And in the acceleration pull, upper and lower body working in opposition. So when I'm pulling with my right side, I'm pushing with my left leg. So it's push, pull. The pull is from the hip here. And you're going to see that when I do it, I raise this foot here because my weight is here. So there's really no weight here, okay? Low swing into acceleration pull, okay? Acceleration means it's going up. Remember, the movement in the clean, and then we'll do the same in the snatch, is as if you're standing in a small elevator. Okay, you can't move forward, you can't move to the side. So again, if I'm in front of this wall here, it doesn't hit the wall. It comes up, comes up, comes up. Okay? Same thing, if I'm lateral to the wall, it doesn't come out and hit the wall. It stays in that midline. It doesn't come out and bang the wall. So we have the low swing, acceleration pull. Pull only to about sternum level. Don't pull too high. When you pull really high, now it has to flip, okay? So pull just to the chest, and that's where you're going to come into the third phase, which is that hand insertion, okay? With the hand insertion, there's 2 components of that when we break it down. There's the release, and then there's the insertion itself. So the release, key point, is that you don't want the ball to come higher than the handle, okay? So we never want this, where the ball comes up, because now it's gonna, bam, it's gonna smash. So the release is the handle is up. Now it can move in. So again, we have that release, and as you release, the handle stays high, and you see the bell stays in the same position. So you could very easily clap, and it stays in that, what I call the float, where it's hovering, okay? Once you release, now that hand moves inside, that's the insertion. So you release, and the hand moves inside. And again, from this point, key points, the hand is all the way inside, there's no gap. You see here, it's touching. If I have this movement, there's a gap, your hand's not deep enough. So eliminate that gap. When you have this and you're coaching this, this comes down here, such that I'm holding it with the thumb, the hand is free, the wrist is in that neutral position. Okay? We can practice that hand insertion this way. So you do the release, the opposite hand comes inside. Okay, so you have the first phase, the inertia phase, which is a low swing, into the acceleration pull, release into hand insertion. Now we have the static hold. The static hold, legs are fully extended, hips are extended, wrist is straight, kettlebell toward the midline, not out here, toward the midline. And now we want the elbow to drop down on top of that iliac crest, that bony, okay, so the elbow's on the hip. You see my body is even. I'm not favoring one side here. So the flexibility is to develop that shoulder mobility where it comes down without having to lean. Okay, so we have this static position. This is where you can recover. Okay, in this position, the kettlebell doesn't move, the arm doesn't move. So if I'm moving around, you see the kettlebell is not moving, the arm's not moving. Arm and body is connected. Now the fourth phase is the amortization phase. That means you change direction. The palm comes up, the body moves back here. Okay, again, bad technique is to flip. We don't flip it. That's bad technique. When you flip it, your grip's working, it's falling from high. Instead, turn the palm up, it's falling from lower, the grip's relaxed. Okay, and that's going to make it much easier to absorb the load at the bottom. The drill that we practice here is your arms against the body, like you have two kettlebells. You stand close to the wall with the elbows connected. Now straighten the arm. I'm not going to push the wall away. I have to move my body away until the arm is extended. Okay, and then to increase your flexibility in your hip flexor and low back, move your feet closer to the wall. Now I have to extend even more. And that's a nice stretch to get that extension. And that's exactly what you're doing. So the kettlebell represents the wall. You don't push the wall away, you move your body away. That's called deflection. Now it's falling, okay? So the fourth phase, amortization, turn the palm up, it's falling. Before your arm reaches full extension, you're gonna re-grip, okay? And that's where you move your hand from the thumb back to the fingers again. Turn the palm up, it's falling, re-grip, back swing. Okay, so it's when you're ready to change, switch hands, same thing, other side. Both hands moving, eyes follow the bell. 3 or more breaths.